that good?
Let's not get crazy. Here, she's...
That'd be the same thing if
Oh,
you
she's
asked me and my
scared.
wife that question.
Tamsen bad hair day? Nice.
Hey, welcome to Paltalk. Why hasn't he called? There's a book, and thanks for having us.
You're Matt Titus.
I'm Matt Titus.
I'm Tamsen Fadal.
This is
hello.
This is Matt Fadal from last week. If you remember, I've changed my name to her last name. I've taken her last name on. So today's topic will be, for women, date more like a man. We want women to find love this spring. We want them to be able to go out and approach men. So
Have summer flings.
Summer flings. You know, love with your eyes and not your hearts this summer. That's what we're telling everybody. So phone calls, questions, call-ins. Let's get
Thoughts about it.
Thoughts about.
Because I'm not completely convinced that a girl should date like a guy.
Why?
Because then girls are going to ask us, isn't that playing games? And in a way it is.
See, I don't agree. I think the best thing to do is to go for what you want and not be afraid of rejection and let a guy know you're interested.
Well, I agree with that, and I don't have a problem with girls approaching guys, but I think it can be difficult because girls get hurt. We had a book signing last night, and we had a girl come in there who said, you know, she went out with a guy, slept with a guy dumped her, and she was heartbroken and doesn't ever want to date again. That's how severe.
Women need to compartmentalize. They need to choose men for different things. Women should have men to just sleep with. Women should have men to potentially have a relationship with. And women should have men to be friends with. And if a woman can do that, her life's going to be a lot easier.
All right, first caller, Mike from Canada. Hey, Mike, how are you? You talked to Mike last week? Hey, Mike, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yep,
Yes.
Gotcha, perfect.
That's good. That's my second time you guys invite me for that show, and I really appreciate it, and I like it. And I brought a couple people with me for them to, the reason I do enjoy the show.
Thank you.
That's I miss the question, so because you start with one and you switch to another one. So what was the subject? Because I have a
Subject
couple.
matter is women. We're advocating, or I am, women to date more like men and go for what they want and compartmentalize and put men in different categories so they can have all their needs fulfilled until they meet the one guy that can do so. What do you think
about it?
Well, you know, with my experience, women, they play so much. You're right, until they get the right person. But it's hard for men to do it. It's hard for men to do it because he always fell, eh? Because I believe the women, they're smarter than men in this life.
I agree with you too, Mike.
What do you mean?
They're in the bed sneakier than the men.
I don't think, but you know what I think? I think that women don't date just to keep lingering on and on. Like, I don't think men go into dating. Not, you know, we don't want to generalize. I don't think men go in.
You know, you always give yourself an excuse.
No, because there are always exceptions. There are going to be some men that say,
No. Women in general always find an excuse for themselves. If a man does something, they jump on him and they say, "Oh, you look at that one, and you look at this one, and you look at this one." You know what? Deep inside their woman, they look at every guy in the bar. They look at everyone and they say, "Oh, who should I try? Who should I try? This one or this one?"
Yeah, listen, that's a good point. But you know what we're trying to say is that women should not be controlled by society, and there doesn't have to be romance and responsibility, and
you can have fun. He's saying you don't have to always be looking for a relationship when you go out.
We want people to women to compartmentalize and go and you choose men for different purposes and date many men at one time, because then you won't fall for particularly one guy. Your attention will be
you think that's right? But you think that's right?
We're asking you, do you think it's right?
No, it's not right. It's not right. I disagree.
Why do you disagree?
Why do I disagree? Because once you give whatever you have to give for that person, okay, you have to give it from the bottom of your heart, okay? And you have to met what you do, okay? It's just something that you have in your pocket and you give it out. Okay?
Yeah, but you can do that once you meet the right person. It's trial and error through your dating. That's why you date multiple people at one time.
Well, I cannot do it. No, I cannot do it. Yes, Mona, I'm Lebanese. I'm Lebanese. There's some people ask me if I'm Arab. Yeah, I'm Lebanese. Some people, they ask me if I'm Arab. So, no, I'm Lebanese.
So you're a lover, not a dater.
I am a lover with the person I am with.
Good.
All right, well, thanks for the call. Back to us next week, man. Thanks a lot for the call. We have a text question. I expect the women I date to be good in bed. If they aren't, I don't call back. That's not a question. It's an answer to your question about why he hasn't called.
That was not one of the reasons in our books that we said why he didn't call.
Listen, being good in bed is super important. Good sex and passion in a relationship is part of the glue that keeps it together.
But not all of it.
But not all of it. You know, if you're disappointed sexually, that could be a problem. But that's why you're supposed to date a lot of people and sleep with many people through your life so you can find out what you like and what works for you.
Maria in England, how are you tonight? Somebody said we should change the image to why hasn't he called and why hasn't she returned my call? Hey, Maria in England, can you hear us?
Very well, thank you. Hi.
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 Do you have a question or comment? What do you think about
the comment is, oh, why hasn't he called? Oh, so what if he hasn't called? Let's move on to the next guy.
I agree with you.
Thank you. I think girls should stop worrying about the guy that hasn't called. There's plenty more fish in the sea. Just look for the next one.
It's very,
right.
very true, and that's a healthy way to date.
Is that how you date, Maria?
I don't date. I'm a busy mother with 3 children. I don't date. But when I do date, I don't worry about them calling me or me calling them. If they call, they call. If they don't, then they don't. And usually they do anyway. But then they call a bit too much.